Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Charlie, and for the last 6 years, I have played XCOM 2 at least one run every single year, but you haven't really seen it much on YouTube because it's always been on Twitch. But now that I've kind of quit Twitch and I've moved over to YouTube, we're gonna give it a shot here. And this video is gonna be long, and it's got timestamps down below, so if you wanna skip around, you can. First and foremost, I hope you guys will like the video. I hope you'll subscribe. If you like this content, you gotta show us some love, because I actually have doubts that XCOM will work on this channel. Just gonna be bluntly with you. Little doubts here, but we'll see how that goes. Now, this is a heavily modded playthrough. About 90% of my time playing XCOM, which is close to 1,500 hours right now, has been with the Long War overhaul. Okay, Long War 2, Long War of the Chosen, etc. And so playing vanilla and highly modifying it is very unique to me, and it's very new to me. There's gonna be a lot of things that I've added in the game that are very new to me, and I'm gonna be discovering them as we go, and I think that that will make it very entertaining for me, as well as hopefully for you. If you'd like to see the mods that are installed, there's over 130 of them. Link is down in the description. It overhauls a lot of different systems, changes classes, adds new enemy types, etc. Now, this series is being released a little bit different than most of the other series on my channel, because this one comes out first for people who are in the game. So when the public is seeing this, if you're not in the game and you're seeing this video, chances are this video has already been out for like 2 weeks. We're playing about 2 weeks ahead for the people who are in the game. And the reason for that is because I need to get their feedback, because I allow viewers, patrons, members, and pretty much everybody else who wants to be a soldier in the game, I allow them to customize their characters and to choose their perks, which is a little bit different because a lot of creators don't do that. But I allow you to choose your perks, which means I play with your configurations on your soldiers, and that adds a little variability for me too. If you're into that, you can learn more information, link down below to our Discord server, and you can get yourself hopefully in the game. Maybe. We're probably going to go through a lot of soldiers, so we'll see. But we have an extensive character pool, and we'll be bringing soldiers in manually into that character pool as we go, with priority being given to patrons and members as we play. I'm going to go to new game. We're going to go to legend, and we're going to reduce the beginner voiceovers because I really don't need it. Then we're going to go to the advanced options view. And we're going to add a couple of these sort of second wavy types of functions to the game. We're going to start with not created equal. It's going to randomize base stats for our soldiers balanced around a point pool. Again, links in the description will give you the mod list, and I have altered the point pool that XCOM uses to generate this not created equal. By default, it uses an 85 point maximum system, and it distributes it. The explanation how that all works is down in that mod. I've upped that limit from 85 to 92. It's just 7 extra points, but what it has the potential to do is to give us just slightly better soldiers at the start. Ever so slightly at the start. Don't worry though, Advent is much better than they usually are. We're also going to go in and do controlled environment. No environmental or third-party faction sit reps on the mission. These types of sit reps generally don't create a whole lot of difficulty, and they have the potential to just extend mission times a lot. Things like having tons of lost on missions where they don't belong. I really don't care for those types of things. Things like extra explosive canisters around the map, right? That can hurt us, it can help us. Usually it's kind of irrelevant. We're going to remove those and allow the sit reps that do impact missions to be beneficial, or either to myself or to Advent, right? So the sit reps that we do see should be more meaningful by removing this. And it also means less missions that shouldn't have lost. More missions that shouldn't have lost won't have lost, because they are a real time sink. So we'll still have them, but they won't be on like every single mission, because in playtesting this mod list, I had like 80% of my missions had lost on it, and it sucked. So we're definitely clicking this. All right, so I'm gonna leave these two. I think the third one I might do is Busy Skies. UFO raid chains can appear before the Avenger hunting UFO is encountered. I've been going back and forth on doing this, and I've decided that the Avenger hunting UFO encounter, it happens early enough in the game to where it doesn't really mean anything to me if I click this button. All it does is kind of potentially disrupt the flow a little bit earlier than it should. And so I'm actually going to leave that off. I was up until this point, I wasn't sure if I was going to click this button, but I think I'm going to leave that off for now. And then we have absolutely critical. Flank shots guarantee critical hits. We're going to turn that off too. Okay, so we're leaving this on. It's legend, obviously. Very good. Now, we do have subtitles on, but I'm playing in 4K, and the subtitles are really, really small, so I doubt it's going to matter. If you're somebody who needs subtitles, consider turning on closed captioning on the YouTube video. That should help you a little bit too. You can toggle it on and off, you know, as the game goes. You can, as the video goes, you can toggle on and off. Since this is heavily modded, it would be a really stupid idea to play Iron Man. It's really dumb. So we're gonna go without Iron Man. We're gonna have Honest Man mode, just because corrupt saves are a bitch, and it basically ends my series early, which is terrible for content. And then finally, we're gonna do the integrated DLC. We're not gonna have any of these other things because they're just not compatible with what we're doing for mods, okay? I am leaving most of the voiceovers and all of the cutscenes in this video so that people who want to know the story and want to get in with the story and who maybe haven't seen it before, you guys can experience that as well. Again, timestamps are down below for anyone who wants to skip those types of things. I'm gonna be pretty diligent on putting timestamps in these videos as much as I can. One last thing, this is XCOM 2, so if you're not familiar with XCOM 1, or I guess it should be referred to as Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within, respectively, if you're not familiar with that game and expansion, go ahead and click the link that's in the description that takes you to a recap video that I've created like years ago. It does a really good job of introducing you to the original XCOM, I guess, if you will, in this series. I can't say the original XCOM because it's not the original XCOM, but like Enemy Unknown, the first game in this 2-game saga, if you will. It does a really good job of introducing you to Enemy Unknown, and so that you get caught up to what's happening, and also so that you can proceed with this series and not be completely lost. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna hit continue here, and we're gonna rock and roll with the cutscenes that are there. Enjoy.
Accessing the feed now. We're in. But I don't know for how long. You seeing this? Way too much security, even for Advent.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic. They were telling the truth.
Or they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap. We'd need an army to march in there right now.
I've got a better idea. Outrider, this is Central. Go.
Timeline you placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault. Please!
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time.
Did you say something?
You're one of those. You must understand, I had no choice.
Outrider, report.
So, you do exist. Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always sure.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
Understood. Now the real war begins.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
In keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by fringe elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate the benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep Gatecrasher.
60 seconds. Now.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
I love these cinematics, man. It's been a while. Normally I'm playing this game, you know, like, I don't know, 4 months of the year, and it's usually like kind of in the middle of the year, maybe slightly in the beginning, but this time it's right at the very end, man. I gotta keep the tradition alive, and I just love that cutscene. All right, so looks like we're starting with a skirmisher.
We're deploying to hit a high-profile target.
So Bradford's gonna tell us what we're doing, but we're actually not doing what he says we're doing. We're doing something completely different. So,
Menace 1-5, we have a confirmed location for the VIP.
There.
Move to rendezvous. Eliminate all hostile contacts.
Okay, we're starting with a skirmisher, and Gatecrasher is very different with our playthrough in that we are now rescuing our members of our team, very important members of our team. We're going to be rescuing our first engineer and researcher and a scientist right away. So let's see if we can't get Skirmisher to get up. Ooh, I like this. Very risky, but I kind of like it.
A useful aid.
Let's get right up there. See if we can't see anything.
An enemy patrol.
All right, so you can see the officer right away.
As you command.
We'll get in cover right here. This is a pretty good vantage point for Hard Knocks. Reina M. Hard Knocks. Okay, now the soldiers do not have your names in the game yet. Not yet. What we're gonna do with that is that I import them manually using another mod that allows me to directly import customizations from the character pool to existing soldiers. And so this is how I give priority to patrons, members, etc. Also get your customizations in. If you are somebody who wants to have a soldier in our campaign, again, in the description, you'll find all the information you seek in the description of this first video. So this is an officer. We've also got an Advent Heavy, which has a point of armor, and an Advent Trooper. And there's our first sectoid. These things are nasty. Sectoids are probably the most dangerous enemy in the game to start with, and I really do not want to start this engagement with both pods right now, so I'm gonna just kind of chill right here for a second. And it looks like we're gonna actually, damn, we're gonna reveal them now, which isn't what I wanted, but all right, they walked right into us, so here we go. We got the officer dead first. This is good. And we got that hit on the top too, which is good. So everybody hit their shot. That's XCOM. Wow. XCOM. Everybody hit their shot. Unbelievable. Thankfully, that pod's only too big. Now, with the changes we've made to the game, these guys do get actions on their scamper, including offensive actions, potentially. So there's a chance for them to take offensive actions if, for example, their scamper gets us flanked. So we need to be careful on how we approach this. And that was one of the reasons why I wasn't really too excited about them, discovering us right here, because there was a chance he's just gonna fire. But he decided that, hey, this is really risky for me, so I'm going to move first. And if they decide to move instead of shoot, I think they're a lot less likely to do offensive actions. I haven't really configured exactly how that works yet, but there is a chance for them to do offensive things. Okay, so I think we're going to take our first shot here. And all the classes are completely different now. Okay, I don't want to say completely different, but all the classes are very different. So I need to see what are the things that they have here. So Marauders, standard shots are not turn ending alarm for shooting. So that's the same as normal. So we're going to take a shot at the sectoid first here. That's good. I should be able to do it again. And I kind of want to remove that Overwatch instead. So I'm going to go this way with it instead. You guys are actually hitting your shots. This is nuts. Okay, so we're gonna move you into a flanking position. And 81 to take that sectoid. Come on. Oh, this is going too well now. Now, we have not created equal, which means our soldiers are not the same as normal. All right, so this soldier, for example, has 66 aim, but only 4 health. 12 mobility. This one here with 5 health, 66 aim, same thing, but just 1 extra point of health, looks like. This person here has 4 health, but 72 aim, but is less mobile. So there's a little bit of a balance here. And like I said, I did add a couple of points to the roll so that when rookies are prompted, they are slightly better than normal rookies. But this is going to be offset by a much smarter AI, a significantly smarter Advent, and so they're going to do actions that the normal vanilla game would never do, and they're going to have a lot more tools at their disposal in fighting us too. So it's gonna balance out. On your order. And it'll balance out in a pretty sizable way. Actually, I'm going to throw a grenade here. I want to get some red fog damage on this guy. So we'll talk about red fog a little bit here as we go. But red fog, essentially what this is. It comes from Long War. Essentially what this is your performance as a soldier is reduced when you are wounded. And it works as almost all of it works as a percentage of total. So if your health is, say, 80% decreased, you are, significantly hindered, to where if your health is only like, say, 5% decreased, or you're missing like 1 HP or something, then you're really not getting hit too awful hard. The exception to this, though, is I have a slightly more linear approach to this with Red Fog in my play when it comes to aim. And I'm only doing it that way so that it displays properly. I would love to do percentages, but unfortunately, the Red Fog, the mods that are incorporating Red Fog, they are not updated with the latest version of another mod called Highlander. And so using Red Fog with the mod that allows me to display hit chances and stuff, it doesn't display properly unless I do it more linearly, not as a percentage. And so while everything else is a percentage, aim has a fixed rate. So basically how it will work, just as a disclosure for you guys, is at your weakest, if you have 1 HP, for example, your aim will be reduced by 25 points, or 25. So 66 would be reduced by 25. If they have 100 aim, it would also be reduced by 25. It's not a percentage like it would normally be. But everything else, your mobility, your will is a big one too. All that stuff, it gets reduced as you take damage, and that affects both Advent and myself. So our soldiers will be significantly less capable if they're taking damage.
I hope it's worth it.
So in that sense, it makes sense to damage multiple enemies. If you're really not sure that you can actually kill an enemy, it makes sense to at least damage others. Oh, they got a drone. So this is a medical heal drone. This is one of the new enemies. Lots of new enemies added in this playthrough compared to vanilla. One of the new enemies is a medi drone that will actually go ahead and heal Advent, and that does restore their original stats. So this guy's aim has now gone back up. It was like 59, I think it was, or something like that. It's now back up to 72 because he got healed. You know what? I'm gonna see if they want to move. I want to get in here, but I don't have a lot of capabilities where I am right now on this one, so I'm gonna go there. Lucas, I'd love to get you in different cover, but yeah, it's just not gonna happen right now. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna get you into different cover here. Drumla, Kinley, if I bunch up, that guy might throw a flashbang at me if I bunch up. I'm not really excited about that. I don't think they can get inside the building, so right here might be an okay spot, because I don't think they're gonna get in here. But we are playing on Legend, which means there's probably another pod, because there's extra pods when you start playing on Legend. It gives, you know, it spawns new pods or extra pods in the game. So
No trespassers.
yeah, and with our mods, it will mix in better Advent. Literally, the mod is called A Better Advent. It'll mix in a better Advent assortment of enemies in those pods too. So not only is there an extra pod, but those, I can't believe you guys are hitting all your shots. This is ridiculous. 42%. It's not that big, by the way. If you're wondering, you know, if you play this game and you're like, he's hitting all of his shots because he upped their aim or whatever, it's like 2 points, all right? Each of these soldiers has like maybe 2 more aim than they would normally have with not created equal. So it's not that big of a change. This is just incredible luck, and I probably will not be this lucky as we go. 79% here. Little drone helping out. Get that drone out of here. All right. There's 2 active enemies, so that means I'm missing one. Still can't see him. Bring him down. And I think I want to get you to be right in here. I wish I knew where that guy was. I'm going to get you down there instead. And we're going to zoom you forward a little bit here. So this is our scientist and our engineer are being captured here. Oh, there's the other pod. Okay. I figured we have one more. Gunslinger. Another officer. We should be able to flank that officer. I was really hoping to get that loot, but we should be able to flank that officer pretty easily here. Not a good idea to get up there, though. There's no cover from that direction. It'd be nice to get in here, though, but I won't be able to do that. Well, hang on. Will it let me? Yeah, it will let me get in there. Ooh, that's tempting. I think I will, actually.
I take a new approach.
Let's get up in there. Now I can get here. And I could do some justice. Pull him in. That would be okay. I don't get an extra shot here, so justice might be a better call. It's 100%, but it only does 4 damage to this officer, so I should do it to the heavy if I'm going to do it. Well, you know what? Let's try this. We'll wait on that, and we'll do it only if we need it. Probably a better way to do it. So we've got Drumla Kinley here. I really want to get you into a flanking position. I think it looks like maybe the heavy can be flanked here with your weapon, but I'd like to get that officer as a priority. The officer is always a bigger priority. I can always use the grenade on the officer as well, so perhaps we try that instead. We can go something like, I got the gunslinger in the back there too. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna take full cover here. We'll shoot the heavy. Not very good odds either. Not very good odds at all. Ah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right. Not completely broken yet. I do want to grenade the officer. I need him to not be... Well, I just need him to not be himself here. So let's just get him right on there. We do have damage fall off with the grenades as well. So grenades will do less damage to the outside of them.
Take this.
There's 4 damage. Nice. It was right in the center. So now I can kill the officer, which is really nice. So if I'm going to do that, then... maybe I leave the heavy alive, scoot back. I could also throw the grenade at the heavy, too. I think I probably should just do that. I don't need his corpse or anything. Let's just throw the grenade at the heavy. And then we can shoot the officer and take him out. We don't really want to deal with marks and all that stuff. So I think I'm going to take him and eliminate him from the game. Although he is really weakened at 41 aim right now. And he only has 8 mobility. So he is probably going to use one move to get back into cover. The next move will probably be to mark. So, you know, taking somebody else off the board might just be the way to go here. He's absolutely going to move because he's flanked. So I'm actually going to take this guy instead with Justice. Oh, 90%. That feels bad. I probably should have just shot. Yeah. Yeah, so he's flankable. And Hard Knocks is being marked. Got lucky on the burn, though. They can still shoot with burning, though. They can still shoot. They're going to have reduced stats when they're burning, but they can still shoot. Ooh! Oh, man. Down to 1 health. Down to 1 health, Dromla. We're so fragile in this state, dude. So our mobility is 7. So, like, I can't move a whole lot of places here. If I'm confident I can take these guys out, I'd be all right with coming here, but I'm not confident. So I'd like to stay here because it's full cover. I'd really like to stay here, but I just... Can you hit this shot? Wow. All right. That worked. If we have 51, we can shoot twice this turn, so let's try it. Take 3 damage there. Very good. Do we want to go for the officer here? He's really easy to flank, actually. Let's actually try this. We're gonna be bold because I want this loot. So we're gonna be really bold here. And normally I would say this is a bad idea. Don't do this, but I'm gonna be, yeah, go right here. So I have another mod that says, hey, by the way, you're about to do something really silly. Are you sure? This is gonna help prevent misclicks, basically. So got advanced laser sight and 3 lock boxes. All right, we'll look at those in a second. The lock boxes, we'll look at those later. 81%. Do I shoot him or do I back off? Let's actually move you over here. We'll try to kill it with Karen's, Lucas. You guys are all gonna have your names changed anyway, and appearance too. Let's try the 80% here. All right, good. So I don't need to worry about that guy now. I can back you back to here. We got the loot. And then Hard Knocks, we can drop you down and... No, I don't need to drop you down. I'm just going to throw. I can grab the corpse, which would be better, or I can make sure it finishes it. Because if he gets to shoot and takes 1 damage, that's just dead. I would rather ensure that he's dead than to risk my guy being dead. So we're just gonna throw the grenade here instead. All right. So that is not the last enemy, apparently. We still have more. Okay, reload. Reload, and reload. So again, ever so slightly better stats, but more enemies and harder enemies on those more enemies. So I think it'll balance out. We also have the potential to raise our squad limit an extra 2 soldiers more than usual XCOM as well. But that will be offset balance-wise by having new classes that are not as strong individually. So in other words, our soldiers will not individually be as strong as regular XCOM classes. They'll be specialized, or at least more specialized than usual. Actually, it doesn't look like we have any more enemies. I think what it looks like is we have to get close enough to trigger this.
Moving to position.
Yeah, we have to hack it. Okay, it's gonna require that. My playtesting, I haven't always had to hack it, but now it's gonna make me do it. So we'll just take it, doesn't really matter. Nice. Okay, so we do unlock the door, we just don't get any perks. Yeah, okay, good. So it looks like the last time I was playtesting this and I didn't have to hack it was because we probably blew a hole in this cell and we didn't have to unlock it anymore. So that's gonna count as excellent. We've got some wounds, we're gonna have to deal with that, but 11 enemies down, very good. Pick out the mission debrief. At the end of every mission, we can go through every single soldier we have and we can see exactly how they did personally. And I plan to do this at the end of every mission. So those of you guys who have soldiers in the game, which I reiterate, if you want that, links in the description, details, everything. The description is very big and very informative. I suggest you read it if you want to participate. But you're gonna be able to see how you did in every mission in detail, okay? So we can create a photo. We don't need to do that for every mission, and I probably won't. But we can also see that Ward Whalen here is the MVP of the mission. We picked up the most loot, has 4 kills, 100% accuracy, which is crazy. Then we also have Lucas, took some damage. Didn't make all of his shots, but we're gonna be able to see shot accuracies and everything too. So it's gonna be really nice that way. Draw McKinley, and then finally Hard Knocks, which dealt 21 damage and was 5 for 5 on their shots. That's nuts. Okay, good. Didn't move very many tiles, but that's because we got the grappling hook. Okay, so we start with a skirmisher, but she's gonna be out for 4 days. Kinley was gravely wounded, and the wound timers, how they've been changed too. So for really light wounds, like 1 damage, you're not gonna be out for as many days as normal. It's gonna be slightly less days. But the more severe your wounds are, the more that balance shifts. And so if you're really close to death, you'll actually be out for more days than usual. So that's how that's balanced. We're gonna offset a little bit of that too by also changing how field medic stuff and how healing in the field works. So if you do get healed in the middle of battle, that will reduce by half the impacts that you would normally have. So if you lost 4 health and we heal you to full, the mission will treat you as if you got healed by 2, or as if you only lost 3 health, basically. All right, so advanced laser sight, we got the lock boxes, and then we've got the different corpses and stuff as well. We've also rescued our engineer, as well as a scientist.
Hey out there, resistance psychos! Do you crave the excitement of battle? Are you eager to get back at the aliens for all the horrible things they've done to our planet?
Yes!
Well, have I got news for you. All you have to do is visit your local city center and shoot your nearest Advent peacekeeper in the face. Do your part today!
Nice. So these 2 guys are close for bonds. I'm not going to do this until the soldiers are named, so that we can get you guys actually bonding, and if you have bonding preferences, we can take a look at that and see if it's possible. So we've got engineer, and we have another scientist that we've rescued as well. So we start with an engineer and a scientist. All right, so I'm probably gonna end up skipping a lot of these conversations, but if you're somebody who's never seen XCOM before and you would like to hear these conversations, please let me know down below. I'm more than happy to spend like an extra 40 seconds or 30 seconds or sometimes even less time just listening to them so that you can get the feeling of that, you know, the personalities that are there, because there's going to be a lot of chatter back and forth sometimes too. All right, so it says, welcome to Covert Infiltration. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to leave these on the screen for at least a couple of seconds each time and then skip them. If you'd like to read them yourself, you'll be able to do so. Covert Infiltration is a mod that is going to overhaul our strategy layer by a lot. And so you'll see a lot of differences between this and normal XCOM as we go. First, let's go to research.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology. Commander. Dr. Richard TYGAN, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
That's TYGAN. He used to serve with Advent. He studied with that, so he has a much better understanding of the aliens and what they're up against, but he's still very limited in his stuff. He was talking about a chip. If you do the tutorial, you'll see the cutscenes, but if you don't have the tutorial active, as we don't, then you won't see them. Basically, me, the commander, was in that big stasis suit in the start of the game, and that chip was embedded in my head. And so they removed it, and now they're studying it to figure out why it was in there. Okay, so new research. I think I want to really prioritize getting armor. I think getting some armor would be a really good thing, because at the moment, aliens, they can just one-shot us. They have the capability to just shoot, kill, one shot. That's it. Game over. So I'd really like to not have that be a thing. So I'm actually going to take their trooper corpses that we collected, and I'm going to go with hybrid materials first. We're going to get to work immediately here. Now, resistance ring changes with covert infiltrations and sort of the way our mod set is designed. Again, I'll always leave these up for a few seconds, let you pause the video if you want to read them. But essentially, resistance and covert actions and stuff have been changed in our game. We do not need the ring anymore. We don't need to build the ring to start covert actions, and we can actually do as many covert actions as we want so long as we have the personnel to do it. The downside is we're gonna have a lot of missions that potentially tie up our soldiers for many days, sometimes weeks, and they simply won't be available if they're on covert actions. It's also expensive to remove them from covert actions if they're in the middle of them. We'll talk about that later. So for the facility, the resistance ring is what's required to get resistance orders. If you're familiar with XCOM already, resistance orders, you're familiar with those. In order to do any resistance orders, we need the ring. I am going to, I think, build guerrilla tactics first instead. This is going to allow us to increase our soldier count, which is great. I also want to bring to light that there are changes in this game, which again, mod list in the description. There are changes made to the laboratory in this game as well. And the laboratory here is going to work very similarly to Workshop and the laboratories and stuff from XCOM EU, or Enemy Unknown, in that it will provide us with more research efficiency when we're staffing it with scientists, and it will then provide rebates for the materials used in research, depending on whether we have people in here or not. So it becomes an actual thing that you want to have a laboratory. Laboratories are meaningful changes to the game now, and it's going to be something that actually matters, because usually in vanilla XCOM, nobody even bothers with the laboratory because it's pointless. I believe there are going to be some changes to the workshop as well, so we'll be able to look at those too, although it doesn't say it in the description right now. But I believe there are some changes to the workshop here as it relates to a bit more advanced things like mechs and stuff. We'll look at those later, I guess. So I'm going to build in this spot the guerrilla tactics school, but I'm not going to put the engineer on it. Instead, I'm going to put the engineer to work clearing out this debris. We thankfully have an exposed power core in the third row, so I'm going to try to blitz that and get that as soon as I can. Because when we make our power relays, we want to make them here so we get more power out of them. Okay, let's go to the armory first. You know what? Actually, let's not do that. Let's go to engineering, and we'll visit Shen and do that cutscene first.
Okay. Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
Ah, the feels. The feels. I still remember Shen. He was great. Yeah, anyway, so we're gonna start with building a couple of items here. I wanna build 2 med kits, and I'd like to build a flashbang grenade as well. We're gonna need it for those sectoids. Okay, so that's it. That's what we're gonna do in engineering for now. And let's go to the armory really quick.
For the first time in a long time, we're actually a threat to the aliens, and they know it. Now we just have to make all those people in the colonies remember what we're fighting for. My father didn't die so we could become a race of cowering test subjects for the aliens to toy with. We just have to get the people's attention.
Okay, so in the armory, take a look at our soldiers. At the top of the screen, you're gonna see all the available classes we have. There's a lot more classes than usual, and they have different names. We'll talk about those too. We're gonna go ahead and get new people's names in the game, but for my first mission, I think I'm probably gonna end up, unless it's a mission where I need to hack, in which case then I'll go ahead and do something right away, but unless it's a mission that I need a specialized soldier with, I'm probably gonna use rookies for this next mission anyway. But we have a couple of different classes we can look at here, and I do wanna just introduce you to them in the first video at least. So let's go take a look at Lucas really quick. You can see with not created equally, all of our soldiers have different starting stats, and this one actually has a psi rating already, or psi offense stat already. Over on the left side, we'll see lifetime stats, so we'll be able to see all the different things this soldier has done throughout the entirety of our campaign, and so we'll be able to, you know, sort of see their hit percentages and how often do they crit, how lucky have they been, how many tiles have they moved, how often are they in the infirmary, etc. Right? Now, you'll notice if you're a veteran of XCOM, you'll see that there's psi already here in the very first mission, and that's because if we go to Commander's Choice, one of the classes we can do right away is psionics. We have psionics available to us immediately. However, this psionic, as well as the rest of these classes, are absolutely changed from what you're used to them being, and so they are a little bit less, let's say, they're not weaker necessarily, they're just very different, and they need to be used very different, and they have very different trees that you can go down. And I'm very excited to see how this evolves, because some of our psionic abilities are, well, I'll just describe them as saying you can basically make a psionic vampire. We have vampirism, okay? And I'm talking like necromancy is a possibility here. You can do like sort of a darker approach to it and harm yourself at the same time of harming the enemies worse. You can harm enemies and transfer some of that energy back to you for health. All that stuff is possible with this class, which is really cool. So we have the assault class, we have the commando class, demolitions, gunner, hacktivist, inferno, marksman, psionic, shinobi, and support. Those of you who are getting yourselves in the game, you have a detailed breakdown of what each of these classes are, and you get to choose what classes you want to be. There will be some instances where I will tell you no, but those instances will only be if, for example, I have like everybody going for one class and I'm not getting the other ones. Then I'll start locking those down and saying you can't be those. But otherwise, in those situations, you're free to take whatever class that you prefer. Okay, so I'm not going to upgrade them yet because, I want the input from other people. But what I will do is start in the map layer for the next mission so I can walk you through the changes that are made here.
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry. Not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
Thanks, Bradford. Okay, So we have proactive deployment. Covert infiltration, most activities are launched through covert ops. You can deploy as many soldiers as you have available on as many activities as you want, but we need to be careful of how many we commit because new things will always appear. And sometimes we just won't have enough soldiers to complete every mission. There is no strategic penalty for skipping missions in this game. However, unless we, skip retaliation missions or Avenger defense missions. So we do not have to do every mission that pops up to us, which is kind of different from the vanilla XCOM in that you sort of want to do every single mission because if you don't, it helps the aliens a lot more. With this, it doesn't help them as much. It's more forgiving if you don't want to do the missions. Kind of like Longmore is. Okay, I'm going to go and try to get these supplies.
Avenger plotting new course.
So it looks like we're starting in Eastern Europe here.
You know them as they were, the soldiers of Advent. Now they are free to choose. If you stay your course, Commander, they will stand with you until the end.
Okay, so we start with skirmishers. We got Rebels of Justice. We've got a couple of different covert actions available in the ring, but we need the ring before we can do these. So we won't be able, we need the ring before we can do these. She's talking.
We will destroy all that the elders value.
Again, if you want to hear these, then I will stop and we will listen to them. But if you're somebody who has like 1,000 hours in XCOM like I do and you just don't want to hear them, maybe every time they start talking, just, I don't know, skip ahead in the video like 10 seconds or something. I don't know. In any case, modular construction and weak points. These are what we need the ring for. But these are available as covert actions, and so we can do those immediately through covert ops. So we have supplies here we can scan for. Before we do that though, I'm going to go and click this, and these are the covert ops that we have available to us. We can attempt to locate the Reapers. We can attempt to locate the Templars. Now I can't do the Templars until I have a sergeant, unfortunately, but I can locate the Reapers right away, and I really want to. So the reward for this is that we get to add a Reaper to our ranks, which is great. And we just simply deploy one soldier, and that soldier that we deploy, they'll get +1 health from this. There is a minor risk that they get wounded from this operation as well. Up at the top, we'll see sort of like a flavor text that goes with the mission. The Reapers are about as reclusive as they come, and if they don't want us to find them, odds are we won't. Still, our best chance is to send in a small team to establish contact. Volk knows who we are. This is Volk. He's their leader and what we're about. So hopefully they won't try to kill our people on sight. So let's go to the loadout screen. And covert actions, very simple. Oftentimes there's very low risk. There's no need to send these guys with advanced gear unless there's a risk of an ambush. If the ambush happens, then we will have to fight in the tactical layer. And as a result of that, we will want good gear to do that. So in this case, though, there's really no reason to send them with anything advanced. So everything we send these guys with should just be things that are infinite. All right, so we're going to send, let's say, rookies, of course. 6 health, 13 mobility here. Not a whole lot for aim there. I kind of want some people to have great aim. We'll send me a... actually, I want to send you on the mission if you have good aim. So yeah, let's go. We'll send this guy, and let's go ahead and send KO here, and then this person will get more health. They're already at +6. Let's find somebody with 4 health. I really do want this person to have more health. I will send this person instead. So they have 4 health by default, but they'll get 1 health reward after this, so they'll all be up to 5. If the infiltration needs to take place, we'll see the details about that over here on the right side. And looks like 14 days on this, so that's just how long it'll take. So those guys are gone for 2 weeks. If we want to remove them from the op right now, if we want to say, okay, never mind, I don't want to do that anymore, I need those soldiers, it will cost me 2 intel. The further along this mission goes, the less time remaining, the further along this goes, the more intel it will cost to pull them out. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to do maybe is take a look at improved combat intelligence. Isn't such a big deal. This guy gets +5 hacking if we send him on this mission, which sounds pretty good actually. So why don't we go ahead We'll pick our first guy. That's in our. We'll pick the first soldier here, and we currently have looks like six hacking on this guy. Not bad for starting value. This person down here has 9, but not very good aim either. Let's go ahead and pick Ward here. Ward Wallen.
Your old man would be proud of what we've managed to
You have 6 starting hack, genius combat intelligence. This is a pretty good storage to start with. We're going to go down Commander's Choice here. Okay, so the description for Hacktivist says, a genius combat hacker with a sadistic streak. Having little to no martial prowess, the Hacktivist delights in installing ever more ingenious and dangerous modifications to their custom gremlin to fight for XCOM. And so what we're going to want to do here is we're going to click this, and this is going to be for one of our new soldiers here. So again, the ability trees are completely changed, and I've left them hidden so you can't see what they are ahead of time. Oh boy. I may change this though, because it may make it more fluid for me to move through the game a little bit faster on my end with communicating with people who are going to be in the game if they can look at these stats and they can plan ahead. However, if you have the game yourself, feel free to just load up the mod list and check out the trees and make notes of what you are. So this soldier has combat protocol to start with, hack, and aid protocol, all right? But as we move through the trees, we'll have a lot of different, very different approach to how these soldiers are. This is not a specialist that can also have medical protocol, for example. Medical is pretty much exclusively, unless you can give anybody a med pack, but medical as a strength, as a power, if you will, is exclusively to the support class, which is very different than standard XCOM is. So Lucas Cairns, this person here, 72 aim. Pretty good, honestly. Also gifted, has decent psi too, but like with 72 aim, I just can't feel like making you a psi soldier isn't the greatest thing in the world or anything. I'm tempted to make you a gunner because of that aim. I wish I could kind of see your defense stats, but I can't really see that unless I come out here. You have, yeah, I can't see your defense stats. I can see that you have 0 dodge, so you're just a base level dodge. All right, so I think with this, I'm gonna make you a commando, I think. Hardened operator with a questionable moral compass, known for fighting dirty. The commando will draw a combat knife when backed into a corner. So we could do, the interesting thing I think about commandos is that they have light 'em up, which means they can shoot twice per turn. And I kind of like that. The other option for you though, because you start with 72 aim, we could make you a sniper. Sharpshooter would be a really good fit for you as well. And I actually have a couple of, my first 2 imports are a hacker and a sniper. So I think we'll go with sniper here instead with you. We'll go down to marksman. A professional hitman for hire with a mysterious past. The marksman is an expert at long-range engagement and selective target elimination. There we go. You start with squad sight, steady weapon, return fire, and in this case, we also start automatically with fire pistol as a bonus perk. So you start with a pistol as well. All right, now who are these soldiers gonna be? Well, the sniper that we're bringing in from the character pool, how I have to do this is I have to change the name of the soldier to be exactly what is in the character pool and then load it. So in this case, we're gonna have Clint, Eastwood, Hope, and then I simply load that character from the pool. And just like that, we have Clint Eastwood Pope. He's in the game, and he is this soldier that has already gone ahead and done things. So there you go, Clint Eastwood Pope, you are in the game, sir. Now we can also alter your weapon, aka Curiosity. We can alter your weapon, and I'm just gonna make it like a darker color to start things off, because on import, everyone's weapon will be that bland green color. All right, so the next person, our hacktivist, we're gonna bring in. Notice how the hacktivist starts with a pistol. He can, however, because of our mod list, he can, however, equip assault rifles, and I will be able to equip a normal assault rifle on him anyway. But the class actually calls for him to only have a pistol. I find that to be a very strange thing to do, so I'm just going to leave it and make it a assault rifle anyway. This person is going to be Bluesy. Probably the most active mod I could ever possibly ask for. This is Brumby. It's the last name, and then the nickname is Nerd. And then we just load from pool, and there he is. Change your weapon really quickly to this darker color here. There you go. We're good to go. So Bluesy and Clint are both in the game, and you guys have your specific roles. Now what I want to do,
Commander, to the armory.
I might regret this, because having a hacker on the first mission would be a really good thing. I think I want to send you on this other mission here to get you the +5 hacking reward. I think I want to do that. So if I send you on this mission to up your hacking skill by 5, this will bring you up to 56. And then I can send another soldier. Sorry, I send a scientist with you, it looks like. Yeah, scientist will negate the wound chance. But it's a minor risk anyway, and I really want that scientist. So I'm actually going to keep it. I'm actually going to keep the scientist off of the mission. And if you get wounded, you get wounded. That'll suck. But 11 days, make it so, please. There you go. Hopefully you won't get wounded. So again, 12 days on that one. So we will not have a hacker for the first mission, which is a little bit, like I said, a little bit risky. Now, we just got another one. So another mission pops up. Now, instead of normal XCOM, where this would stop everything, it doesn't. All we get now is just a little pop-up right here. And this is actually an activity chain. Activity chains are a set of activities that have to be completed in a sequence to get a large reward at the end. A lot of times there are rewards along the way, but many times there are not. However, you still get experience for the early parts of the chain as well. So in this case, we have a rescue scientist event that we want to go ahead and do. First, we need to do the covert action. That takes 7 days. And then we'll need to infiltrate the mission to go and rescue the scientists. So it says, word from our informants is that Advent has recently arrested a high-profile academic for unpatriotic thoughts. Oh, wow. Unpatriotic thoughts, guys. In order to rescue Dr. Ayat Shahata, he's a scientist, we need to find out where Advent's keeping them. So this mission is to figure out where is he being held at. And our reward is we just unlock the next thing in the chain. So we need one soldier at least. No, it looks like we need 2 soldiers. But this soldier will get +1 mobility. And there's a minor chance of people being wounded. So let's go ahead and do the loadout one more time. To get more mobility, I think I want to give it to... Let's give it to Thea here. Thea's probably a pretty good candidate for a high mobility class here. I kind of like this. So we'll go ahead and give it to Thea. Love the freaking outfit too. Lots of different cosmetic mods installed in the game. Make your soldier look how you want them. Not everything in the world is installed, but there's a lot of different cosmetics that are installed. And then we'll send another rookie. Let's send Angelina Burkhart here. She looks very, very grumpy. Doesn't she look very grumpy? Yeah. I have no idea why anyone would ever wear this into battle. I have no idea. These are all randomly generated anyway. All right, go. We're going to figure out where that scientist is, and then we need to figure out whether that's worth going on it. Now, again, we can go down all these other ones if we'd like to as well. You know, these are the ones that are in progress, but we can go down these other ones too. Here's another one for hacking rewards, investigative rumor. We get aim for this one. Yeah, soldier wounded, negate the wound if it's an optional soldier. Let's do this one. +2 aim seems like a good thing. So we'll go ahead and do this one, and we'll say +2 aim. God, Ambrose here is... That's disgusting. 55 aim is the worst possible aim you could have as a soldier, and she rolled it. But really high will. Okay. Okay. We'll send you here to help you with that little bit of aim that you have a problem with. And then to negate the wound, we'll send another soldier, and we'll send... let's send Charlie, spelled incorrectly, Diaz. this will only take 6 days. All right, so lots of missions at the same time, right? Everything's going on at the same time. Let's roll this. We're gonna have hybrid materials is now done, and that's gonna allow us to do the nanoscale vest. And hopefully some of our soldiers that have 4 health, we can now give them a 5th health point. Might keep them alive. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this lockbox really quick.
I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
Lockboxes are really quick. Strong boxes take a while, but lockboxes unlock really quickly. And we get to choose what we want to unlock when we do this. So I can build a medium armor, I can build a special grenade launcher, an assault rifle, or a gremlin. Whichever I choose to build, they'll have one extra characteristic that makes them unique to the standard one, and there will only be one of them, but there will be an extra perk on it. So in this case, let's build an extra armor. So this is called an Esper. It has advanced mag deflector. Decreases damage taken from advent magnetic weapons by 25%. That's pretty good because they're kind of starting with those weapons. So yeah, good. Also has advanced hard points. Decreases the chance of being critically hit by 10%. Okay, good. Start another one.
I am ready to begin on your order.
We have another lockbox, and I feel like I want to get that right away. Yeah.
Eager to begin, Commander.
Because we can use it right away. So we'll go another day here, and let's build. Ooh, a sword. I'm tempted. But the assault rifle is better for everybody. I'm gonna build a special assault rifle. This is Giggles. I love the name. Manage to salvage a variety of standard infantry small arms. So Giggles has a recoil stabilizer. Provides 1 use of run and gun. Wow, that's pretty strong. Reserve magazine. The last shot from a magazine has 40% increased aim. 10%. So, wow. The last shot in the magazine, you want to drain this down to the last shot because it's a really good shot. That's interesting. I like it. All right.
Yes, Commander.
Freaking Giggles. We're going to be using that. Yeah, no, I'm going to do another one. We have 3 of them. I mean, it's delaying critical research on mag weapons by 3 days, but we're getting these extra items that will help us.
We
so
have made a number of new discoveries, Commander.
Wrist blade, bullpup, cannon. Let's do another armor. Do another armor. So this has the same thing. Decreases damage taken from magnetic weapons by 30%, and also decreases chance of being critically hit by 5. That's his priestess. Okay.
Greetings, Commander.
We have extra stuff. This is good. Now we just had a breakthrough. So every once in a while, in standard vanilla as well, it'll do this. And War of the Chosen, after a research, there's a chance you'll get a breakthrough. Another reason why I like these these lockboxes is that it just pings completed research and gives you a chance to have breakthroughs. In this case, through our use of advanced materials and a greater understanding of the aliens' technology, our conventional weapons now deal +1 damage. That's huge. Once we go to mag weapons, this will be useless. But before we get to mag weapons, which is going to be a while, +1 damage is awesome. So definitely want to do that. All right. See if we can get another mission that we can actually go on here. Zoom ahead. Notice how the ops that we're on, they all have progress bars.
And the cause is advanced.
All right, good. So just like missions, covert actions will affect your soldiers' willpower. They lose too much, they'll end up tired, won't be able to be deployed another covert action until they recover. So same kind of things as you could probably expect. Both of these guys have gained a promotion from the experience on this, and neither of them got injured, so that's good. Scanning sites is done. This person's aim was raised by 2 points. Very nice. All right, more people. Ooh, we can do... Rookies are down here in 11 days. An advanced prototype is down there in 11 days. These things do expire. I just don't know how long it takes for them to expire. But I think we're going to go supplies and follow it up with getting rookies instead. Zoom ahead here a little bit.
Against the elders,
advanced chain done. We did not give the supplies to negate the wound, and thankfully it was a low chance and it didn't happen. So that's great. So we're advancing the chain. That's all we get for this, in addition to experience. Angelina Burkhart and Thea Geyer. Okay, so now we have the option to go ahead and rescue that scientist. There's a moderate risk for leaked operation. The squad does not start with concealment. Detection ranges are increased by 33%. Yikes, moderate risk of leaked operations. So this may not happen, but there's a moderate risk that it does, and there's nothing I can do about it. So this becomes a bit more risky. We have about 3 days to decide whether we want to do this or not, but it's another scientist, which is a really good thing, especially for our playthrough, because the laboratory will actually have value later. We're going to want to store, or sorry, we're going to want to staff scientists
Commander, to the
in there.
armory.
One last thing I want to talk about, to make sure I point out, is that we actually have a limit on the number of people that can be here. So in standard XCOM, you can have as many engineers and as many scientists as you want, as many soldiers as you want. As long as you can afford to buy them, you can get them. But in our game, we cannot. We have a limit. In this case, right now, our current crew limit is 30. We're currently using 19 of 30. If we go over our crew limit, all of our soldiers will begin suffering a will penalty. And that will penalty will stack and compound the more over this limit we are. So it is a very good idea to stay under the crew limit. We can expand the crew limit by going into the living quarters, and the living quarters actually has an upgrade now. And we can increase our crew size by 1 level. Crew size level 1 upgrade costs 100 supplies and 10 Elerium crystals. It also consumes an extra power, but it will give us a crew capacity up by 10. And then crew size 2 does the exact same thing. This costs twice as many supplies, more than twice as many Elerium crystals, as well as a core, uses 2 power, does another 10. So as we get more and more soldiers,
Commander,
get more
to the
scientists,
armory.
etc., all of our personnel, including engineers and scientists, will count against that crew total. Okay, so I went ahead and contacted a few people. I brought in a few people, or at least pinged some names. I'm going to go ahead and just sort of skip through the creation process and sort of the conversion process in these videos, and just simply show you when people have been added so that we can meet new people. So we've already done Bluesy together and Eastwood, but we actually have 2 additional soldiers that are added, and then there are also several people who have been contacted that they're in the game, but they haven't given me an answer yet. So I'm going to continue to play the game through with the existing roles, and then switch those soldiers once those people decide. Okay, so we have Tyler Pharma Griffith. Tyler, this is the look that auto-generated for this person. So if you want your character to look different, let me know sort of what you're thinking about, and we can go ahead and configure that. Also, if you have XCOM 2, or if you have contact with someone who does, you can install the cosmetic mod list. That is a shrunken down mod list that is specifically tailored for people to customize characters to meet up and to be matched with my mod list, right? So in other words, you don't need the entire mod list, just the ones that are cosmetics. You can get with somebody like that, and they can create one for you as well, and then follow the steps to send me the soldier. But this is what you look like. Now this is our support. This is the dedicated support class that we were looking at before. So this soldier is really all about, well, their name says it all. They're a support character. They are not meant to do lots of damage on the field. Instead, they are meant to keep our troops alive and to enable their teammates to be more effective in the field. They come with smoke and mirrors. This grants +1 extra flashbangs and smoke grenades for every flashbang and smoke grenade that they carry. So if I give the soldier a flashbang, they will instantly have 2, which is great. They also come with high def hollow, which hollow targets and makes them more likely to be critically hit. That's standard with this person, which is great. They come with total combat. Throwing a grenade doesn't end their turn, but the biggest perk that this soldier starts with that's very unique to this class, and they're the only soldier that can really do this, is that they have combat medic training. This soldier can heal and stabilize other soldiers without having a med pack. They're also automatically immune to poisons, as if they were carrying a med pack. Combat medic training comes with certain healing charges. And by default, this person will have 4 charges, but as they level up and they get new perks along the tree, which I will probably open this up so that we can see the future, just so that these soldiers can plan ahead. I don't really want to have to wait days for them to get back to me on their perk choices. So I'm giving everyone 24 hours minimum to respond to me. And if you don't respond to me in that amount of time, and I need your soldier to go somewhere and I need to progress the series, then I will simply select them for you. So if you are in the game, try to be present as much as you can, even if that means opening up Discord for a couple of minutes on your phone every day just to check. I will ping your name in Discord every single time I need something from you, from in that channel, that specific channel that you're in. So you know, you don't even have to check really. If I need something from you, you'll have a notification. So anyway, later on we can get more charges for that, but this soldier can heal without med packs, which is pretty nice. And again, they are kind of the only soldier that can do that, as the only other soldier with like inherent healing abilities without med packs is going to be the hacktivist. But the hacktivist doesn't have a good healing skill. It's a situationally good healing skill. It's called cauterize. Basically cauterize a wound, and what that does is, you know, obviously you have to burn the wound shut, right? And what that does is it actually harms the soldier that you're healing by 2 units. So it's going to hit you for 2 damage and then heal you between 3 and 9 damage with a little bit of RNG in that. So it's not that great of a skill. If on long missions, we're gonna want to bring a support along. Support, unfortunately, does not get the ability to hold anything else other than they can have a bullpup. They can have a bullpup, but mostly it's just pistols, right? So they can have a skirmisher weapon as well, in addition to the pistol, and we'll probably be going ahead and giving them a bullpup because we need that to be a little bit better than the pistol. But you know, if we're going on a lost mission or something, then we're going to want to bring a pistol on this guy, right? Because this is infinite ammo, no reload. So there's pros and cons to every arrangement here. But generally, we're going to go ahead and send this guy with a bullpup for the most part. Okay, the next one I want to show you is Jordan Trogdor Whitlock. Now, I had a little bit of creative liberties with designing this guy. I'm pretty much using exactly what he looks like already, except I changed his hair and I made it green at your request. So he has green instead of the, I think it was bright orange, I think it was before. And then I changed his hair because he had like a butch cut, and I was just like, you know what? This hair needs to be you. So this is it. Whitlock is our Inferno class. This guy comes with heavy armaments, which means he's got a rocket. He also has a flamethrower. He's gonna be a pretty good thing to have with us on Lost missions, just because Lost are super vulnerable to that fire, and it's good protection for us there. He also has unstable payload, so his grenade's area of effect is bigger by 1 tile, which is pretty substantial. It's like a 50% increase in what they're able to do on that. So that's pretty great. And we also have combat presence. He's able to actually grant an extra action point to his teammates as long as they're within line of sight. So those are the skills that he comes with, and he's got gifted combat intelligence, because the people who get picked first, which are almost always members and patrons, you guys will kind of get your pick of the best of the crop here, and so combat intelligence tends to be pretty high on you guys who are coming in first. So that's our first classes that we've got. We've got a hacktivist, a marksman, support, and inferno. We have 3 more soldiers that we can bring in. I've pinged and drawn 2 of your names, so these 2 are available now. You can always wait for other soldiers later too. Depending on what class you give me, I'll juggle it accordingly. And then we also still have the skirmisher. All right, so that's that. I just wanted to zip in and show you that we had new soldiers and new things to look at too. So the alien debris is cleared. We're gonna get extra supplies for that, which is good. I'm gonna keep working my way down the middle here, and we're gonna see about getting this cleared out here. Another 30 days on that, and then we'll continue. And of course, I can use the Guerrilla Tactics School to get you guys trained up for the classes that you want as well as we proceed. So go ahead and get these supplies now. So now we're kind of wealthy. 124 supplies. That's pretty good. I'm thinking Tactical education is 85% progress, so probably gonna have to go and get that pretty quick here. But I'm gonna go and get the rookies.
New course.
We're gonna be seeing some death. People are gonna die in this. This is not gonna be a flawless run, okay? So we're gonna need it.
Some of our people are a little worse for wear after that last covert action, but if we give them time to rest, they'll be fine.
Okay, so Lucy's wounded. That did hit. Combat intelligence was increased to Savant now, which is kind of wild. And his hacking has gone up by 5. So combat intelligence increased to Savant. That's actually pretty amazing. So let me go back here and check that out really quick. Yeah, so Bluesy it says he was wounded, but I don't actually see him as wounded. He's not registering as wounded, so I'm gonna say he isn't. But this is the rarest. This is the highest amount of combat intelligence we have. So he should be getting lots of ability points as we move forward, which will be great. Okay.
From what little he's told me, it sounds like he managed to gain a position with.
All right, so we're gonna go in here. He was just talking about TYGAN's. I think that's what he was talking about. TYGAN's history with Advent, but these aren't necessary. I'll probably disable them, to be honest. West Asia, recover skirmisher affiliated operative. Infiltration mission is expiring. Okay, hang on. So which one is this? Over down here? Right here. No. Rescue scientist. What expired? I didn't see it. Is it? All right, we have a new mission. West Asia, extract Advent supplies. So this one has a sit rep. And we're just trying to get enemy material for this, right? It's just an assault, so there's no infiltration timer. It just goes in straight in there. But we have 2 sit reps. We have a lightning strike. So we're going to gain 3 mobility for the first 3 turns. And then we have lost on the mission. And I think the enemy material one is the one where we just mark crates. And we see how much we can get and we get out. I think that's the mission.
Setting course for the West Asian corridor.
We kind of don't want to pass up an opportunity to get a lot of loot, though. So I'm going to try that. Assault missions are what you're used to from the base game of XCOM 2. Squad flies in the Sky Ranger to tactical combat and then returns immediately. Unlike infiltration missions and covert actions, infil time and risk negation are not in play. We can bring as many soldiers as we want, but the assault missions tend to be typically more difficult than average. So in other words, we're able to bring soldiers down just like we're used to. They do it immediately, they come back. So if we have any like limited use items, it won't matter as much, basically. Since Lost are on this mission, I'm gonna bring Eastwood, who apparently doesn't have a primary weapon. That's a little weird. I'm gonna give you a marksman's rifle. Not sure how that happened. I can also give you Priestess. Some of these salvaged field armor, which gives us +2 health, which might be kind of good. But by doing this, we also do not get a utility slot. So you get +2 health with this, but no utility slot, and I think that's probably okay for this mission. So I'm gonna send you with that. With you, I'm gonna send Trogdor because he's got the flamethrower and we want that for the Lost. After that, I'm gonna send rookies, and I think we're gonna do Esther Cullen and Emily Golden because they've got good aim. So I'm hoping I can rely on them. We're gonna send this rookie with a med pack, and I think we're gonna send the other rookie with a med pack too. We don't need a lot of grenades on this mission because there's Lost. Trogdor will have the only grenade, and we'll use it sparingly. We'll use it only if we need it. Other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to go for this mission. So Operation Half Dead Shadow is a go. And I'm actually going to do this within this video just so I can get more people involved in the game really quick. But future videos are only going to have 1 mission at a time. So we'll start with basically we'll end at this point, right? We'll start with this part of the mission. We'll do the tactical mission. Then we'll come back. We'll do the management, the strategy layer stuff, and prep a next mission, and then that will be where the video ends, and then we'll start again on the next video with another combat mission. That will usually be how the videos go, but today I'm going to do 2 missions in the same because Gatecrasher is a little bit meh, and also introducing the Lost in the first video sounds kind of cool, so we'll go ahead and do that.
From a secure depot in this area.
Okay.
We have an opportunity
So,
here to take advantage of their
I'm gonna try my best to skip through
their supply crates and tag
any
them
like
with our
blank loading
transponders.
screens and stuff for you guys.
Firebrand will pick up the signal and snatch
I
the
don't
cargo.
I don't promise to do it every single time because that just requires me to know exactly where they are in the file, and that's in video, and that's a little hard to do. So it's not worth the time, basically. Supply extraction changes. Okay, so
Advent forces are in the process of airlifting a
apparently he's going to repeat himself.
crates out of this area. And
Let's
we have
take.
an opportunity here to take a few for ourselves. Locate and mark the crates with transponders, and Firebrand will handle the rest.
Solid copy.
All right, so I probably will in the future shut Bradford up. I turned the mod off for now, but I will be adding the mod later that does it. I've got it off for now.
Got it. Moving.
Because at the beginning of a video series, I do like to at least present content in a manner that doesn't confuse new people to a game.
Got a hostile squad here.
XCOM is the kind of game where there's a lot going on, and you might have a better time watching it if you understand what's going on. And so for at least the first time we see a mission type,
Moving to position.
I will be kind of explaining what that mission type is, how to do it, etc. What my my plan of going after it is. You know, I'll be talking through all those things. These guys are over there. I want to go that way, so
Good copy. Moving
make
on
our way
target.
over this way.
Okay.
That side of the post.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
So with this mission,
Moving to designated position.
what we want to do is we want to mark as many crates as we can. We're not going to get them all. I would actually say, considering this is a mission with Lost involved, it's probably a really good mission. Probably, like, we did really well if we're able to get even half of them. But this is going to give us some really important resources, really important supplies and stuff that we're going to need to hopefully win the game. There's a boomer there. Yeah, if boomers are spawning, then we're in trouble already. So boomers,
Orders confirmed. On the move.
basically Lost. Think of them like zombies. Okay.
Got it covered.
They're attracted to noise. The boomer is a special kind of Lost that explodes when he dies. Naturally, as you might imagine, that explosion makes noise. So we don't particularly like boomers. Now, if I can somehow get around the boomer, this would be favorable. I want to mark crates. So currently, right now, as you can see, there's no turn timer. A lot of times in XCOM, you'll have a limited number of turns to do something. In this mission, you don't, with an asterisk, because the moment Advent engages in combat, the timer starts. And they begin, really as soon as there's any combat at all. The timer starts.
Rolling.
And Advent will begin to mark crates. And so at that point, you're kind of on a limited time because they're going to take all the crates. So we want to avoid
Understood. Moving out.
allowing them to take all the crates. Somehow I can get to that spot, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to try to work my way around, see if there's any other crates on this side. Now that I know that Advent is over there, obviously there's a crate there's one right here, so that's 3. There are a total of 12 on the map. Chances are there's more over on this side, so that's what I'm going to kind of go to explore right now, is whether or not there's some over on that side. Going through a window makes noise, and ergo we lose our concealment. So we don't want to go through windows if we can avoid it. That's a problem because that's the only way to get around these boomers, is through this window right here. So what I might have to do
Position confirmed.
is just chill for a second and see if any Advent patrols see these Lost and draw them. That, of course, will start the timer on me preemptively, and I don't want to do that, but I may not have a choice. I'd also like to get up to the high ground here, and these guys have really great vision, so I just can't get around these guys without making noise. Unfortunately. This window's broken. Nope, it's that tile. So I still can't do that. Yeah, there's no way to... That window's broken. So I could have gotten around them if I went The long way. The really long way.
Move.
Okay, we'll go the really long way.
Stepping off.
If it allows me to get around him, I'm good with it. I need to... I'm going to make sure I pair up here. I don't want to leave Emily just sitting there, so... We'll use the buddy system on this maneuver.
I have eyes on the enemy.
Okay, they haven't engaged yet. They're right next to Lost, but they haven't engaged yet. So we're going to climb this ladder. Yeah, and we're going to get ourselves all the way over to here.
Double time.
Esther, you too.
Location confirmed.
You don't quite have the movement that he does, but yeah, you too. Clint, I'm going to leave you...
On it.
I'm going to leave him here. Just in case this battle starts, then we're going to have to go anyway. So it is what it is. And I think these guys are close enough now to where they can help. Just got to hope that Advent doesn't start anything. So far, they haven't started anything. Good. So Trogdor can now get down here free and clear. Okay, good. So we'll go down this way.
Confirmed.
Out that window. Do the same thing with you here.
Already there.
Clint's gonna hold steady. Trogdor, we're gonna bring you to here.
Moving out.
We're very spread out.
Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
Which isn't usually how you want to play XCOM, but in this situation, to get more crates, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm completely satisfied with 6 crates here. If we get to 6, I think I dip out. Not gonna risk anyone's life over more than that. But I don't see any other crates over here. I see propaganda posters. One of our soldiers has a poster there.
Good copy. Moving on target.
Move Trogdor this way. Another boomer on that side, but there's also a crate there. Just pretty far away. There's one there and one here as well. So now I have a good vision of... There's one up top here as well. So I have a good vision of many crates. Unfortunately, there's just so many damn boomers. I don't think I'm going to be able to get very many of them. It's because of all the boomers.
Moving.
Go on this side of it. Emily will
Roger that.
work her way up too.
I'm on it.
That's not Emily.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
This is Emily. This is Esther. Completely different E name. So, like, when I play Long War, a lot of times these missions, they are not...
Moving on target location.
Oh, shit.
They've got our position.
I totally didn't see that loss there. This is going to be a major issue. Lost are spreading out, coming towards me. Okay. That's a major issue. We'll have to cope with that. I'm gonna tag this crate right now.
We're picking up a steady signal from the transponder.
This is a howler.
Is en route to make the pickup.
We can't do enough damage to that, but I can burn these 3. I think that's probably my out here. I burn these 3 if I can do it. That's why I was getting aggressive with Trogdor, because he's got this burn ability. But it doesn't look like I could get all 3 of them, just the 2. Damn. Question is, can they reach me? Well, if I go over here and Advent is here, then I'm in big trouble. Esther's got a good shot at this one. This one right here, I mean. Esther might be able to shoot the boomer.
I'm on it.
Let's see if Esther can shoot this boomer. So we got 86 here. I should take care of this one first. Okay. Now this is a headshot mechanic. You've never seen it before. When you kill Lost, you get all your actions refunded. But only when you do it with your gun. Unless, of course, you're a shinobi that has the Witcher perk. And in which case, then you can kill monsters as a refund. And so you can then use your sword on Lost. And as long as you are killing them, you get to just keep going. Which is kind of nifty. So let me see if I can get this guy to blow up. He did indeed.
Readings are all over the place.
All right.
The lofts are almost
Go ahead and
right
take
on
this
top
crate.
of you. These lofts seem to be pretty sensitive to noise.
I would really like to get this other crate here, but I fear that Advent is going to see me. I'm trying to avoid that, of course. 80% here. I could explode this, but if I do that, then that explosion might hit Emily. So I probably should move Emily before I do anything here. Let's get Emily back to here.
If you say so.
Hopefully Advent doesn't see us. This is an 84%. I don't know if it's going to hurt that crate or not. Please don't hurt the crate. Please. Please. Crate's still alive. It took out the wall, but the crate's still there. Okay, good. And then 79% here. Excellent.
It's dead. It has to be dead.
All right, so now I can move, but I'm going to go into full cover here because I think Advent might see me soon. Let's get Clint out kind of where he can see things. I'd love to get him up here to shoot things. Yeah, this is a great vantage point for Clint. So I'm going to get him up top. Trogdor has no more lost to shoot, which is surprising. If I go here and I draw Advent, I'm going to be mad. So instead, I'm going to go for this crate way back here. Ooh, there might be Advent that way too. Maybe I should just Overwatch in place. I'm going to Overwatch in place. Also, apparently reinforcements are coming, which that's very fast. That's way too fast. They marked this crate, so we can intercept that. That's good. I think we'll take this one, the other one that they marked, which is fairly close to us. And the Brute is here. Oh, look at that thing. Oh my gosh, the Brutes. There's too many lost now, man. All those boomers and the explosions, they're going to draw like two pods, like two spawns really, really quickly. So, yeah, the Howler is still here. Shit. He's choosing to howl instead of swipe at me. That's lucky. That's really lucky because he can do 5 damage per hit, so that sucks. So we want to mark this one, which probably gets Advent involved. Yep. Why I was waiting on that. So we're going to mark this crate. Here's my tactic. Mark this one. Then we come over to this one.
Firebrand will handle the pickup.
Yep, and football players, nice. And this one, mark it. I think we're far enough away where no loss can actually get me in this position. That's what I was counting on anyway. We can shoot that one, but it won't matter. We have 2 crates already. We've marked these 2. That's 4. Is it worth sticking around for more? Don't know. The rest of them look like they're kind of way back. There's one up top here. I think I might be able to get that one, though. That's the thing. Like, I might be able to get that one, but there's a huge swarm of them, including brutes. And I don't know if that's... I'm going to say it's probably not worth it. So why don't we just be happy with the 4 we have? I'm good with that. I'm good ducking out with this, the 4 that we have. We'll leave Trogdor here. I don't think he's at risk of getting hit, and we're going to do something that's kind of in the middle here. So why don't we do about here? So there's our evac. In the meantime, Clint can take shots. Five damage at the Howler. Trogdor is good here. We can take a 67, I guess. If we hit it, great. If not, can we get out next turn? Yes. Okay, so why don't we get you to be... You're in full cover and you can get out next turn. Stay where you are. Go. Okay, we got the Howler. Good. Actions are refunded. And I think we take cover right here. Emily, let's get you take cover right here. And I kind of want an Overwatch, though. So we'll take cover right here. And I'll get one Overwatch. Even though the Overwatch is usually going to get triggered on the loss. But if Advent is coming towards us, then I want to at least have a shot. But I'm going to be okay with 4 crates. If it means everybody gets out not wounded, I'm good with that. Now that Advent's evolved, things can get a little more crazy. Like a sectoid who kills a Lost and then reanimates it, making it 3 times as strong. Little necromancer sectoid over there. They can control the dead. So he's gonna kill the dead, make the dead more dead, and then control it, and now it's a super dead. And instead of doing 2 to 3 damage, it does 3 to 5. Instead of having 2 health, it has 10. Wild. Yeah, they got dashers and stuff now. Not quite close enough to us. And then there's reinforcements dropping right on top of us. Yeah, I'm content with this. I'm content with 4. 6 would be really good, but to get everybody out of this mission with no wounds this early in the campaign, I think that's pretty important. So I'm gonna duck out of this now. Make sure Clint can get out. Yeah, can. Okay, I think I'm ducking out of this now. So we're gonna start by burning things because it's gonna let me.
Moving to designated coordinates.
I just want to burn something. Burn. Yes, burn.
They won't last long.
They're burned. Oh boy. Esther has a shot at the Psy Zombie, which isn't really meaningful. What can... I mean, I could just say, hey, by the way, let's leave the Lost for them. But if I had a shot at Advent, that'd be better. But I don't have a shot at Advent. So let's just get out. Clint will... Yeah, there's no point in this. Let's just go. We got 4 crates. I'm good with that. I don't think these extra kills even matter, but we can, I guess, take them in case they do. I mean, headshot free action, fine, but I don't think it actually matters if you kill these. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Let's just go. So we get 4 crates, and nobody's wounded. Which, I wanted 6, but with brutes being there, look, there are another 22 enemies on the map right now. That's nuts. No, thank you. Mission briefing. See that Clint's not VIP though. Most high. Yeah, I can see it. Most assists. Jordan Trogdar. So MVP goes to Esther with 3 kills. Which is gonna end up being somebody else anyway. I gotta re-roll names, but yeah. All right, let's land.
As if things weren't bad
Go in and
the elders,
have a drink.
Armies, and the chosen. Now we've got zombies to deal with.
That's gonna give us 75 supplies. That's not bad. 28 Illyrium and 15 Illyrium crystals. I'm content with that. I think that's okay. All right, good. So that interrupted a supply transfer that Advent was going in doing, so that's good. So we have Esther Cullen, Emily Golden, Charlie Diaz, and Angela Burkhart. These are the 4 rookies that are not wounded that are up for grabs, in addition to the Skirmisher, which is also up for grabs for those of you who have soldiers in the pool. So I'm gonna now send this video. The format of this, how this works, those of you who are in the game, you guys are receiving videos really early. So basically, this is kind of like a private series that posts for everyone else starting December 1st is what the plan is. But if I'm a little late, then I'm a little late. I hope not to be late there. But the reason for that, of course, is so that these guys can give me input on their soldiers as they go. So if you're watching this video and you're not in on it, then chances are we're already, you know, maybe 15 videos in, but there's still a chance to get a soldier. Don't think you've missed an opportunity. This campaign's gonna go for a while, and there's gonna be quite a few deaths, right? There's no way I get through this without people dying. So what I mean by that is there's still time and you can still get yourself in the game, okay? So I'm going to now continue the strategy layer until we get to our next mission, and that's how everything will progress in the future. There'll be one mission, and then we will go through the thing in the map until we get to our next mission. So crew limit. On board the Avenger, space is precious. but everyone needs their own bed for optimal recovery. You're limited to how many personnel can be maintained at once. We talked about this already. This has been on the screen long enough. You can read it if you like. Basically, we're limited to however many crew we have. So in this case, we have 19 out of 30 possible crew, okay? Now, I really do think I want those rookies, so
Avenger plotting new course.
we're gonna go ahead and get them. We are gonna have an infinite supply of rookies coming in on the game, but each rookie costs 45 supplies. So eventually I run out of supplies, but we'll always have available more rookies to promote. I've made sure that within the game, so you're never gonna have like the rookie pool will be empty in our playthrough. There will always be more rookies that we can purchase with supplies. So this just got us a new faction hero, and 2 more rookies are promoted.
We may have chosen a different means of resistance, but our people fight for the same reason, for the world we once knew. Together we will end this occupation, or die trying. My people have thrown off the shackles of alien
All right,
oppression,
these are the Reapers.
and through discipline, we have survived. We don't rely on the aliens' technology, and we would never live in their cities. We are the hunters. We move in the shadows, and we won't sleep until the last alien is dead at our feet.
Okay, so this gives us faction orders only if we have the ring. And then these new covert actions are now available for them too. So if I take a look at the 2 new rookies from that covert op, if I go to take a look at the covert ops now, we now have options underneath the Reapers. So the next faction to get is the Templars, my personal favorite. But next faction to get is the Templars, and all of these classes have been changed slightly too. So there's a little bit of difference with them as well. I don't think I'm gonna do the other one. Well, dodge. We can basic utility items. So we get a reward. We get a free med kit, flashbang grenades, and smoke grenades. That might be worth it. Exhaustive training. Our soldiers' recent improvements will not go unnoticed. We just get promotion. So I basically give a soldier a promotion. It's not bad. I think the useful items, though, if they're rookies, though, they're going to get a promotion anyway. So I think I might go ahead and try to get this. So we have what's called irrelevant items on these guys. That's because they have med packs. And med kits are limited resources in our game, which means we don't have an infinite number of them. Since this mission has no risk of ambush, that's considered wasteful to put something that's in limited quantity on a soldier that's never going to need it. So we are going to equip it with the frag grenade, which has an infinite quantity. And then that notice goes away. We're also not going to equip these guys on the mission because they're already already eligible for a promotion. So we're going to need other rookies. So I'm going to take Rasheki Hunter and Listali. And this person's going to get +5 dodge. Let me just see really quick. Whoever's going to be a shinobi, probably whoever Jazz is going to be, we're going to want you to have lots of dodge. That's the stat right here. Little arrow thing. That's the dodge stat. And among the rookies that aren't promoted yet, there really isn't anyone that I want to have like a higher dodge, I guess. So we could just give it to anybody, I guess. Maybe we'll give it to Max Mustache Strider. I feel like this is a soldier from the pool that shouldn't have been brought in. That might happen. I feel like that is the case, but maybe not. Anyway, we'll give Rasheki in here. So that's +5 dodge will make you 7 dodge, which is pretty good. You have good health already. You have great mobility. I mean, this could be Jazz. Who knows? And then, yeah, fine, Listali. We'll just send those 2. These 2 on the next mission. We can negate the wound chance if we give intel. We're gonna need all the intel we can possibly have, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Which means these soldiers might come back wounded. I hope they don't, but they might. And then I can do a bond. Gain ability points would be good. +3 on the hack, which is pretty nifty. And then uncovering the black market is going to be pretty important later too. So this is going to take 20 days to do. We're going to add mobility with this unit. So we'll put Mustache on that, I guess. He's already got good mobility though. Let's put it on KO. KO. And next one is the only one left rookie-wise is right here. So these two should hopefully get promoted when they come back from this mission. That is the hope anyway. And then we'll have that mobility up because your mobility is kind of bad here. So, and then we'll uncover where the black market is by doing that. Okay. So at the moment, take a look at our barracks. This is why I said we're going to need more soldiers, because we have a good team, but some of them are tired for many days. And then we have two of these rookies which need promoted. A lot of these rookies all need promoted, right? But then we have a lot of people on covert actions all at once. And so we're going to use everybody. Everybody's going to play a role in this. This isn't going to be one of those XCOM campaigns where, you know, you have like your 5 or, you know, 5 to 8 good soldiers and that's all you ever use. Everybody's going to get a chance to be used here. And I think that that's a pretty important factor when it comes, especially when it comes to, you know, playing a series where there's other people involved. So I definitely want to get these rookies.
Proved to have been an important breakthrough.
This is really important because conventional weapons, I think the pistol counts in this. I might be wrong, but I think the pistol counts in this. And if it does, that means Clint can now do 3 to 4.
On discovering the purpose of the chip we extracted.
So the loss is even better.
Appropriate research as soon as possible.
All right, we're going to try to go down towards magnetic weapons now as much as we can. So I'm going to go through modular weapons. Because we need these mag weapons to go. And let's just continue real quick.
The research is complete.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system-
signal coming from the Advent Network Tower. It's global. Sir, I think you want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
Gun incoming on approach.
Your
signal's breaking up.
Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there.
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
Yep. Now we deal with Faceless. Oh, good. All right. Our first retaliation mission. They're not happy with us having progress in getting those crates. So they're going to attack our haven.
Setting course for West Asia.
And these missions suck, by the way. But they're a little bit more interesting with the mods that we've installed. A little bit more interesting. At least they should be. Difficult? Yes, that's definitely what it's going to be. We're going to take Nerd. We're going to take, I think, our Reaper. We're going to take our Skirmisher. Yeah, we're going to take pretty much, we're kind of limited on who we can take here. Unfortunately, Trogdor's tired. If I take someone who's tired, which I can do, then they will have reduced will, and they're guaranteed to come back wounded. So then I can't use them for a while. And so I'd rather let him rest for 4 days. So that just leaves Pharma. I don't think so. I think one of these rookies that I'm going to upgrade is going to be my 4th person. So that's how we're going to play that, I think. Nerd, I'm going to give you a med pack so we have at least somebody with one. And then I think I'm actually going to give Outrider here / Mickey Twitch Matthews / whoever takes the Reaper, wink wink, up for grabs by the way, I'm gonna give you the flashbang so that we have a chance to counteract any sectoid shenanigans. So nerd, somebody, and somebody. These guys are gonna be named, hopefully named by the time we get to this next video. So, and then somebody will take their place here. That's gonna be the next mission. I hope you'll join me for it. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.